How's it going, everyone? My name is Ish and welcome back to Duel. So in today's video, I thought I'd do something a little different. I do a play-by-play on one of the duels that I thought was pretty interesting that I had against the Cyber Dragons. If you guys haven't subscribed to my channel, make sure you guys do that now before the game starts.
Let the destruction commence!
So like I mentioned before, I am using Merrick and the skill set of the Shadow game. It's really good when it comes down to reducing my opponent's life points by 100 for every card in their graveyard at the end of their turn, but it also works against me as well. So they start off with the Cyber Dragon Core, and then at that point they get to search from their deck and it gets to go to their hand, and they chose the Cyber Load Fusion. So they set a card after that, and then at that point it is now my turn. So I usually like to start off with my Gravekeeper's Spy faced on defense position, but at this point I chose to go with the Descendant. So I chose to attack at that point, and then they activated their trap, which is a pretty decent card. All they got to do is remove from play one of their Cyber Dragons, right? And then they get to destroy one of my cards. Unfortunately, at this point, I do lose 100 life points, but that's nothing compared to what is going to happen later on. So they start with Cyber Dragon Core at this point again, and then they get to activate their effect again as well. So they get to special summon another Cyber Dragon, quote unquote. So at that point they chose the Veer. So that will actually increase the attack and defense for both monsters on the field. So Cyber Load Fusion goes straight to their hand, and they're going to activate the Cyber Load Fusion. There we go. And then they get to fusion summon one of their monsters, which was the Cyber Twin Dragon. Cool, so this monster essentially is allowed to attack me twice. Had I not had the Kiteroid, I probably would have lost at this point. So I get to activate the effect of Kiteroid, which allows me to negate the attack of the monster. Since I don't have Necrovalley on the field, I'm able to banish my Kiteroid onto to the banish zone. And in return, that will allow me to, again, negate the attack. Awesome. Alright, so they're going to take another 200 life points. I get to activate my Necrovalley. Awesome. So at this point, chose to go at defense position. So that way my Gravekeeper monster is able to special summon another Gravekeeper monster at face down defense position. Perfect. And this is exactly what I wanted them to do, just because I'm able to special summon my Gravekeeper's Guard. Perfect. And Guard allows me, once it's flipped or attacked and it's forced to be flipped, I'm able to return one of their monsters from the field back to their hand. In this case, their monster is going back to the extra deck pile. Perfect.
Excellent.
Alright, so I take another 200, they take another 200. So at this point, I did choose to go with the Gravekeeper's Spy just because I wanted to go for my Spiritualist and then eventually summon my Supernaturalist. But in this case, it didn't happen. They chose to set a field spell card, which was a mistake on their end, because once I flip my Spy, I'm able to summon my Gravekeeper Shaman. And that will protect my Necrovalley from getting destroyed and also prevent them from activating their field spell card.
I special summon a monster.
Perfect. So before I end my turn, I do choose to go with the Hidden Temples of Necrovalley, which will allow them to not special summon monsters on their side of the field. Unfortunately, Zane's Cyber Style is able to special summon multiple Cyber Dragons onto their field due to the skill effect.
Actually hurt me. My turn is done. As will you.
So at this point, they're going to activate Cyber Style just before I take my share of life point hits.
It's my turn. I draw. This is how I duel.
Perfect. So they're going to do that. Then they're going to activate their trap card, Cybernetic Overload, and they're going to try to target my Necro Valley. But unfortunately, they fail because of my Shaman. So at that point, they choose to give up. That's it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my channel. See ya.